Hi. I'll wait a few minutes for everybody to get in here. But welcome to Espresso and Chill. I am Jamie, if you didn't know already, and I'm gonna be doing a lot of things today because I realized after several days of thinking about it that my time slot was way too big for what I'm gonna be doing. Especially after I started, what's the word, practicing the recipe I'm going to be doing today. So, hi Hillary, good morning. Thank you for coming. I know you said it was going to be early for you. Unfortunately, this is not very early for me. I actually feel like I got to sleep in today because I usually have to be at work by 7:30. So a 9:30 start time was like very chill and nice. But yes, welcome to Espresso and Chill. I am going to be showing you all today how to make, well, I decided to change it up a bit, and I'm going to not only be showing you how to make a latte, but just showing you how to make coffee with the French press because I've had a French press for a few years. Good morning, Meredith. Um, I've had a French press for several years. I bought one when I started working at Starbucks. I worked at Starbucks for a little while, a few years ago. And ever since I bought my French press, it like mystifies everybody I know, and everybody's always like amazed and impressed by it. But I find that it's actually the easiest way to make coffee. It's the most travelable way to make coffee too. Like you can bring this and your coffee, and as long as you have hot water, you can make coffee anywhere, and that's what I love about it. So yeah, this is one of the French presses I'll be using. This is the Starbucks brand. I do not recommend this one. Let's see. It is not too early to be awake, but harder to be fully dressed in a cute cord. I totally feel you. I should show you all my outfit. So this is my cord for today. Thankfully, it's actually, I'm still wearing my jammies and drinking my morning coffee. I love that for you all. This cord looks more comfortable than it is, and at some point, I'm gonna take the wrist cuffs off because I can't do things with wrist cuffs. But I'm wearing Sleeping Garden. This is my first time wearing it, and I've got this cute little corset on top that I got from Amazon, and then some black under the knee socks. I have this super, oh, it's all off kilter. I have this super cute necklace from Tiny Passerine Creations, who has been a Rose for a vendor before, and then this head piece that I got at a swap meet because, of course, I got everything at a swap meet. Thank you so much, Quinn and Meredith. I absolutely love this cord. I'm living for it. Um, Thank you, Fever Lamau. That's Ernesto. I'm glad he's in here for the stream because um, I wanted him to come, and also he is like walking around, and I was like, you're gonna have to be kicked out of the living room for a while because I'll be streaming in there. So taking off my wrist cuffs, I'll get back into talking about the French press. This is a Starbucks one. I do not recommend this one. It's horrible. Um, it leaks. It's super cheap, but it was the first one I got, so I use it. And more of a PJ cord for this morning. Love it. That's what we need to see in the morning, honestly. So yeah, that's the Starbucks French press, and then I just recently upgraded to this. I think it's Bodhi. It doesn't say on it, but it's one of the highly reviewed ones on Amazon. It is stainless steel, so every fingerprint gets on it, so I apologize in advance. But the difference in quality is stark because I'll show you. Basically, the whole anatomy of a French press is it is a container, espresso time. Heck yes, Michelle. And then you have your lid that goes on top, and then this is the plunger, and this is the filter. So what we're going to do is put coffee grounds inside, put water inside, plop this on top, wait a few minutes, and then plunge it down to, what is the word? I'm losing all my words this morning. I made coffee for this stream. I'm at my office so I could cheat and use their espresso machine. I love that for you, Quinn. That is the best thing ever. Anyway, this is the Starbucks filter. And as you can see, it's not the best. It's extremely thin and there's just one layer. So one of the reasons I upgraded French presses was because grounds would always get stuck. I've definitely owned a French press before. I've used it to make iced coffee. See, Meredith is one of those people that was mystified by the fact that I had a French press. She was like, that's so fancy. I'm like, it's not actually fancier than a coffee machine, I think. It's easier. It doesn't require any electricity. I feel like it's more eco-friendly because you don't have to use, it's a reusable filter. You reuse it every single time. And let me show you this filter. So we have a multi-pronged approach here. We have the grate on the bottom, and then at the top, there's more stainless steel, little dots, and then we have this little coil here, which also helps prevent the grounds from getting into your drink. So this one is amazing. Anything with the word French in it makes it sound fancier than it is. That's very true. Shout out to Jamie's Kitchen Towels for coordinating to the stream. Thank you. Also, my little, what is this called? Like a rug? It's not really a rug. It's like a mat to stand on and do dishes. It also matches because if you can't tell, I'm a big fan of coffee. So let me start by heating up some water. If I can find my kettle. Oh no, I might not be able to find the kettle, but that's okay. So usually, there it is. Usually I honestly just use hot water from the tap because it burns my tongue, but I want to show you how to do this the right way. I tend to buy Cafe Bustelo instant espresso, very limited spoons before my first cup. I understand wholeheartedly. I don't typically make my own lattes from home, actually. I will just go into work and they have a pot of coffee running immediately when I get in, and that is what I use. But on my days off, when I can take like 3 full hours to wake up, like I did today, I woke up around 6:30, laid in bed for 2 hours. Now I have the spoons. So I'm just gonna get some hot water going with my kettle. And yes, my kettle does not have a lid, so I apologize if that offends anyone. It will definitely be offending me later when I try to pour this and the steam is super hot. But we'll get that water going. And then while we wait for that, I bought a French press on a whim on clearance at King Soopers for $3. Oh my gosh, that's an amazing deal. No stray grounds. That's awesome. Literally, stray grounds are probably the biggest downfall of using a French press, but I personally don't mind it. And I feel like a lot of just like really basic coffee machines have the same problem. So I don't personally care that much. But while we wait for that, I need to decide which mug to use. So I'm enlisting your help. First, we have, I know which one Ray's going to vote for. We have all I need is coffee and mascara, and then on the inside, we have some lashes. And then Eli, on the other hand, has the Williams-Sonoma bestest one. That sounds about right. And then my other option is this cute astrological mug that Ray gifted for me. It's very big and very cute. But it doesn't have anything on the inside. Yeah, Ray is voting for the Ray mug because of course she is. Because it's Ray. Do we have any more votes for which mug I should use? I love the Ray mug. Yeah, I feel like the Ray mug's very on brand too, since I'm Jamie Luna and it's got moons and little. I like the Ray mug too. Okay. Seems like it's pretty unanimously Ray mug. It's so cute. I absolutely adore this mug. Ray mug. Ernesto also votes for the Ray mug. Okay. We're going with the Ray mug. It's like I'm there with you. Aw, you are there with me. You are here with me, Ray. That's what I love about virtual events is we get to hang out with Ray, who left us to go live in Texas. So I'm part of the reason I got two mugs though, actually, I'm gonna use the Ray mug for the espresso. But I'm going to use the other mug to just show you how to make regular coffee with a French press. So the coffee I'll be making today is chocolate raspberry tort. This is from Safeway, so I'm super bougie, as you can tell. I prefer a medium roast coffee or light roast to dark roast. I used to be a big fan of dark roast until I realized it has less caffeine, so there was no point in torturing myself like that. It is very delicious. I wish I could let you all smell it, so you can just pretend like you can smell it. It's like very coffee-y, and it's definitely chocolate raspberry. There's no better way to describe it. That's just what it is. It says, I work hard so my cat can have a better life. Yeah, I have a little Christmas tree ornament that says that. I love the smell of coffee. Yeah, if you have coffee now, everybody smell your coffee. One day we'll have smell-o-vision for these type of things. And then the espresso that I'm using is Intelligentsia Black Cat Espresso. So espresso beans and coffee beans are different. So if you want to do the full latte moment, you'll want to get espresso beans instead of just regular coffee beans. This one says it has notes of dark chocolate, raw sugar, and marshmallow, which was part of why I bought it. And the other part is it was the only espresso bean available that was not Starbucks, because I did not want to buy the Starbucks one. Coffee is my favorite modern panacea. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. You should explain. So yeah, I'm gonna make the regular coffee in the Starbucks French press, and it sounds like the water is heated up a good amount. So honestly, I just kind of eyeball my coffee, throw it in there. Usually you will follow the instructions on the back. So a rounded tablespoon for each 6 ounces of water, or just the strength as you desire. So you can't really see because it's dark, but I have probably about that much in the bottom there. And then I'm going to use a towel to grab my kettle because I don't have a lid and the steam will burn me otherwise. Just pour it in there. I'm gonna make a pretty full French press. Make sure not to overfill your French press. That can be very easily done and you can't really see, but there is coffee and water in there. And then the next thing you're gonna do is mix it. I never used to do that. And ever since I started doing that, it's made a big difference. So just give it a good mix. Try to make sure the coffee grounds don't get too on the edge if you have a bad. Turn your stove off. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm the worst. You can use any coffee to make espresso. Lighter roasts need more temperature and higher ratio of water to be more balanced. I love that. I did not know that. Okay, so once you've mixed it, make sure the plunger isn't all the way down and just turn on the top, and then you'll just let it sit for a few minutes. I think I usually do 6 minutes, but I kind of just, free ball it. Fire alarm about, don't say that, Ernesto, don't say that. You'll jinx us. Our apartment complex, the fire alarm goes off like once a month, sometimes twice a month. I don't know if it's because people are just like really, really horrible at cooking and make it smoky or if our system just sucks or whatever, but it traumatizes both me, Ernesto, and the cats every single time. So I don't think he should manifest that because they forget to turn their stove off. Could be. Could be. I think we have a lot of kids in our complex too, so that's probably part of it. Eli here with the pro tips. I love it. Let's see. Making sure I didn't lose. Oh, fretful iguana. I'm happy you made it today also. It means cure all. It's like energy source. You can put it in a scrub, clear your nose. That's very true. That is very, very true. My place did that too. Not as bad now, but all last year it was constant. It's so stressful. Like I was laying in bed the other night and then I just had this like intrusive thought, what if the fire alarm went off? And it literally my brain would not stop thinking about it. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to sleep if I think the fire alarm's going to go off. At least you have electric, less worry than gas or gas fire. Very true. I've had a gas stove before. It is very stressful. I think our last apartment had a gas stove. Definitely stressful situation to have a gas stove. Let's see. Next, we can make our espresso. Sorry, I'm all over the place. So these are whole bean espresso beans. I did the work of pre-grinding some because I didn't want to subject you all to the sound of grinding early in the morning. So for a French press, ideally you're going to want fine ground, but for espresso in a French press, you're going to want medium to coarse ground beans. It looks like this. I wish I could it's all so dark. There's no way to see it. Grinding early in the morning. Meredith, stop it. You're going to get banned. Oh my gosh, we had it go off at like 2 a.m. Then we were back. Then we got back and had it went off again at 5 a.m. Oh my gosh, oh my God, rise and grind, Ray. Everybody here's a jokester. Get a morning workout. Yeah, exactly. Not that kind of grind. We couldn't do either grind on stream. It's too bad. Coarse ground espresso beans. I've noticed, so like this private selection is just like pre-ground. It's ground for a coffee machine. You would typically want to have it coarse, but I just freeball it and I haven't had too many issues. I'm sure to some extent it does affect the taste, especially if you're like a coffee aficionado. And this is probably not a whole lot of espresso, so I might need to grind some more. There are recipes you can look online. As I said before, I literally just eyeball everything. I am the type of baker, cooker, whatever, who just literally eyeballs it and calls it good. But if you don't have access to a coffee grinder, if you buy whole beans from Starbucks, they will grind it for you. I am not down with Starbucks at this current moment, but in a pinch. Recipes are a suggestion. Exactly, Michelle. Also, good morning, Elia. I hope you're doing well. Okay, y'all. I am going to mute myself and then I'm going to grind this and I'll be back. Could y'all hear that? A lot of grocery stores have grinders too. Yes, that's very true. I got this one from Target. I bought it because I couldn't find whole bean espresso or ground espresso beans. They were all whole bean, so I had to buy this. I overpaid for it. I could have just gone to a grocery store though. Like Sprouts, I know they have a grinder there you could put in. I was at Target though, so I should have gone to Sprouts though, because they actually have extremely good coffee and really different types of selection. So I have my coffee in here, the espresso beans. And then this is the only part I'm going to actually measure for. It is still kind of warm. I feel like I should probably. Okay, no, it's fine. Okay, so this is the only part I'm going to measure for because when I was doing this recipe, this was the best way to do it. So for the espresso, oh geez, I'm so shaky, y'all. You're going to do 3/4 of a cup plus 2 tablespoons of hot water. And one thing that was emphasized in all the reading I did was that the hot water should not be boiling, because if it's too hot, that cannot be fun. So 3 cups and 2 tablespoons. So obviously espresso is very condensed, so it's going to look like not very much, not as much as the coffee. We're going to mix it. My favorite is the Cafe Bucello, but I also get ground from a local coffee shop that roasts their own beans. I would like to get on that level. I'm pretty sure one of my favorite cafes here does not roast their own beans. Mix it, put on the top, and then we're going to wait. Counterculture coffee is my favorite. Oh, yeah, don't bring your beans. I've had the Pignon coffee before they had it at Trader Joe's. Oh, okay. I love all these coffee suggestions. I'm like gonna take screenshots on my iPad because I'm always down for trying new coffee. I have a hand grinder from Hario because apparently I hate myself. Oh my God, Carolyn, I'm so sorry. I understand though. That's why I'm still using this Starbucks French press that leaks every time I use it. And I'm pushing the plunger down now. You're gonna want to go pretty slow. Sometimes it'll go fast, but have you ever tried Vietnamese drip coffee? Yes, I have. It is freaking delicious. Okay, so I probably will not sweeten this coffee. I'm just gonna do the regular raspberry. Oh, that looks beautiful. I don't even think this got any grounds in it. That's actually incredible. Look at that. And I'm amazed it's not dripping while I'm on stream. Oh, there are some grounds in it, but there's my delicious, can you see the steam? I don't know how to situate myself. There we go. Can you see the steam? I can. There's some grounds in it, but let's try it. It's good. I think I made it a little too strong for my liking though. French press coffee needs to be a little crunchy. That's true. That's just, you're getting more intimate with your coffee, okay? I'm seeing the steam with my imagination. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Okay, next, while we're waiting for the espresso to get ready, I'm going to show you how to froth milk. If you don't have a milk frother, I got this for Christmas. Great for just mixing anything in general. I love it. I'm going to be using this for mine, but I will show you how I used to do this. But I need my mason jar, which is in my cabinet or my pantry. This is like going to be like crazy ASMR because I'm actually pulling it out of the package. Okay, so I'm not going to do too much. So what you're going to do if you don't have a milk frother, you're going to take your selected milk choice. For me, that is oat milk. I'm using the Califia oat milk, extra creamy. Oat milk needs to be shaken. I would like to make my own oat milk someday though. So you just pour it in there. Leave room. Very important. And you're going to want a container with a lid. I'm going to microwave it because, well, that's easiest. I'm going to do about a minute. And then what you're going to want to do After it's nice and hot, you're going to close it up and shake it. You can mix your leftover grinds with melted chocolate for caffeinated treats. I'm literally going to do that. Like, I hate throwing away coffee grounds. It feels so wasteful. When you held it in front of the black cabinet, yes. See, that's what I was trying to do to get you guys to see the steam. But, like, I'm all messed up because I go this way and on the camera it goes the other way. So it flips me around. But the positive side to that is you'll be able to read anything I show you. I got the idea from chocolate-covered espresso beans. I love that idea. I'm literally going to do that. You can use them for your garden for compost. See, this is the closest thing I have to a garden. And let me just say, I am extremely, extremely proud of this plant because usually I kill everything. And look, we have little new leaves in there. I'm doing so good. Anyway, our milk is done. It is nice and hot. So you'll see there are already some bubbles coming to the top. Ooh, this one is really steamy. I don't know if you can see. Might be too hot for me. Then you're going to put your lid on. Oh, it's extremely hot. And you're going to want to keep room in there because there will be pressure buildup with hot liquid in a container. And you're just going to shake it. It doesn't always work with oat milk, I'm not going to lie. But with regular cow's milk, it works extremely well. And I never shake my oat milk. You never shake it? That's crazy to me. Ernesto's living out here on the wild side. Okay. And hopefully you all will be able to see after shaking. Oh, we got some nice bubbles. That is some frothy milk if I've ever seen it. And now I'm in the predicament where I took my, give me a second, y'all. I should not have taken that off. That was a bad decision. There we go. Fix it. But the milk is frothy, so I am going to pour this into my coffee. And look, this is like a fake latte. It's just cafe au lait. Oatly Barista Blend oat milk is top tier and foams up really well. I've never even seen that. I should get that though. I like Ziggy's coffee because they'll give you chocolate covered espresso bean with your drink. You know what? I actually just went to Ziggy's. One of the things I've been trying to do is finding a different place to get, and I'm going to push the plunger down on our espresso because I think it's been enough. I've been trying to find a new place to get coffee that's not Starbucks because I had a huge problem with literally getting Starbucks every day because it's so easy. It's on the way to work and they have food. So I tried Ziggy's recently and I was very, very pleasantly surprised. Let's see. You can also pour it into your French press after heating, then up and down. That's actually such a good idea. I never thought about that. I think Eli had commented that on my promo for this panel. He said that you could actually froth it with the French press, and I can't believe I've never seen that. But our espresso is done. I put the plunger down. We're going to pour it. I probably should not have let it sit because, fun fact, if you let espresso just sit, it doesn't taste as good. If you go to Starbucks and your espresso tastes burnt, it's because they did not mix milk in right away. Fun fact. I am just frothing some more milk now with my frother. They have better food than Starbucks. Yeah, I have like a waffle sandwich thing. I called Ernesto and I was like, hey, I'm going to give you my Ziggy's review because somebody has to know. Okay. Froth some more milk. I made it less hot because I don't like mine too hot. And it's a very small espresso and I didn't pour it all fancy or anything, but here is we're gonna do it this way. Here's my espresso. So that's my latte. Oh, and I'm gonna add syrup to this one. I'm just doing this classic caramel, sugar-free, and I'm just gonna put a little because I don't like my coffee too sweet. Usually I like to froth my milk with the syrup so it's kind of more even, but I forgot to do that. So this is what we're doing. Now I have 2 amazing cups of coffee. Let's see. They just started construction on a Ziggy's in my town. I hadn't heard of it until yesterday. That's exactly what they did in my neighborhood. I never used a Ziggy's, or I never heard of Ziggy's, and then I think Meredith mentioned it, and a few weeks after she mentioned it, I saw they were constructing one really close by my place. If they're fresh and can make it acidic, but they're used, they're more neutral if I remember correctly. I don't know what you mean by that, Ray. Let's see. I always get the waffle sandwich. It's amazing. Yes, Reeseekins, that is why the shots die. And I've noticed, I'm thinking, you know, because it's like a barista by barista problem with like espresso shots tasting off. Um, I'm thinking that a lot of people say that that's kind of their experience at Starbucks, and I think probably what it is that they're just really overworked and super busy in the mornings from my experience working there. I always tried to watch my shots to make sure I'm pouring the milk in really quick, to make sure that doesn't happen because I like to give people quality coffee, but I think a lot of them are just like literally running around and they just forget about their shots and then they're like, oh yeah, I need to put the milk in that. I just had to Google Ziggy's because I didn't think we had them on the East Coast. Oh, do you have them on the East Coast? Costco has the egg bites and refresher drinks last time I went. Oh, that's cool. This is amazing. This latte, I feel pretty proud of myself. I made some for myself and Ernesto a couple days ago and he loved it, but glad to know I still got it. I really like that espresso. It's very good. Yes, look for French press. They're pretty easy to find. When I was at Target, I found multiple of them. It's very aesthetic too. um, let's see. Ernesto said that's right. So this is the espresso I used as a reminder. Intelligentsia Black Cat Espresso. I feel like there should be a Cooking Mama style barista game. Michelle, you need to copyright that immediately. Trademark that. Do you have a favorite coffee syrup? I kind of go all over the place. I um when I first started drinking coffee, I was definitely a mocha girl. I loved mocha and then I kind of started expanding my palate. Um, I started venturing into like more vanilla or like, the different types that I love like themed flavored latte. Like one of my favorite cafes here in Colorado is called Sojourner's Cafe and they do a cherry cordial. Ooh, I love cherry. I love cherry lattes. When Starbucks used to do that for Valentine's Day, I was super excited. They no longer do that, but also fuck Starbucks for overworking their employees and trying to bust those unions. No longer stand Starbucks, even though it probably looks like I do. Um, but I also really like caramel, which is kind of a new thing. Like Ray loves caramel and she would always get salted caramel stuff and I never got it. And then just randomly one day I tried caramel and all of a sudden now I love caramel too. Let's see here. My go-to is vanilla. That's very true. Meredith is a vanilla latte ass bitch, okay? My coworker's daughter founded Ziggy's, but I've never been. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. And her husband. I love that. That's so awesome. I miss those. I would definitely play, but are you better than Cookin' Mama like in the US or as good as like in Japan? I wonder how Campari would be in an espresso martini. What is Campari? I get cherry cordial flavored coffee from Christopher Bean, it's so good. Cherry cordial, I love it. I know it's not for everyone though, it's very medicinal. Um, I'm very into the latte I made and my coffee. I'm planning on doing a lot of work today, streaming all day, so this is perfect. Oh, Campari is cherry cordial liquor. That sounds delicious. I am not a big drinker besides of coffee. I drink coffee, but I don't drink alcohol very much. That sounds delicious. I had this, so there is up in Greeley, Colorado. It's this town that is notorious for smelling like cow poop. It's very rural. It's 65 miles north of Denver. They have this, it's like a small chain of coffee places called the Blue Mug. They're really good, and they just opened up like a breakfast, like brunch restaurant. My local coffee shop was doing honey cardamom for or little honey cardamom latte for spring, and it was A plus. That sounds delicious. Dutch Bros has a cotton candy latte with raspberry and white chocolate, and that's surprisingly good. I I'm not a big cotton candy person, but I will say like white chocolate, vanilla with raspberry to give that kind of cotton candy taste is very good. When I worked at Starbucks and they had the raspberry syrup still, that's what I would get for my dad and the vanilla frappuccino because, I was pushing Starbucks on everyone. Because when you work at Starbucks, at least the Starbucks I worked at, you can get as many drinks as you want on your shift. So I would literally get all of my family drinks right before I left. It was very fun. Anyway, um, let's see here. Can confirm Greeley smells bad. It does. Greeley does smell bad. Oh, anyway, I was gonna say best espresso martini I ever had. I had it for we went out to eat with my sister and I was like, this actually is delicious. It was very good. I've heard great things about Dutch Bros, but haven't tried it. To be completely honest with you, Dutch Bros is a little sweet for my taste. I like more of a straight coffee, and Dutch Bros is like known for flavored drinks. I do like, a flavored latte here and there, but I feel like Dutch Bros, they like go really hard. And everybody there is super nice too. Like I really like Dutch Bros, but it's not my fave. Cardamom reminds me of chai. That and cinnamon are the two flavors I really associate with it. Yeah, I think it's used a lot too with those two flavors. Yeah, Dutch Bros is hella sweet. Yeah, they freaking load it up, man. I feel like Ziggy's kind of goes hard too, so maybe it would be too much for me. Oh my gosh, I had the Ziggy's butter pecan latte, and that was like totally. I love like a like chocolatey, but like not chocolate flavor. Like in that. Like if it would be like in like a pie or pastry, like I'm about it. Dunkin' Donuts is hit and miss. I agree. I love me a Starbucks vanilla latte because they don't go very heavy on the flavoring. Dutch Bros is fun, but I usually order lemonade instead of coffee, TBH. Understandable. See, I knew this was way too long of a slot for me to choose. Dunkin' is for people who crave chaos. That's true. That's true. They're opening a Dunkin' by my place, so I'm gonna probably see how it is to go there a couple times. And I feel like I'll fit right in because my car window does not roll down. So I have to open the door. And I can always tell if I'm gonna fit in going through a drive-through somewhere based on their reaction. Like at Starbucks, they're like, "Where's your coffee themed tarot deck?" Oh my gosh, I wish I had a coffee themed tarot deck. That would be really cool. My go-to Dutch Bros story is that I ordered the 911 latte to keep me awake on an overnight drive. And the cashier asked me, "Are you sure at the window?" That's funny. That sounds very, very Dutch Bros. Nari says Dutch Bros has some good lemonade. That's that's surprising that you've been there before, Nari. Nari is not a coffee person. All of us in Rose Foray will be like literally sipping on coffee And Nari will be there drinking milk. It's very cute. My brother goes, "Oh, okay, that makes more sense." Let me clean up some of my area because I do not like mess. And then I can do some tarot readings. I'm going to put these over here. I salute a fellow milk enthusiast. I think Nari is a milk enthusiast. Any sort of alternate drink. She'll get like, we went to this one place and she got like a really cute juice. I was like, oh my gosh. Have you ever heard red eye gravy? It's found in more traditional diners and it's made from coffee. No, I haven't heard of that. As far as diners go, like most of my diner experiences consist of like going to Denver Diner or Tom's Diner in downtown Denver, which are like kind of like crappy diners, and just getting their drip coffee because, you know, what else are you going to do after a show downtown? I don't drink soda or coffee, so lemonade, juice, and milk are what I get. I don't drink soda either. Okay. Everything seems more organized. And fun fact, I have not eaten yet today. So before I go hard drinking this latte, I am probably going to eat. So shout out to Ernesto right before the stream. I was like, I'm really hungry. I don't have anything to eat. So he literally went and got me all sorts of food, including strawberry cream cheese and blueberry bagels. So I'm definitely going to get that. Steuben's is life-changing if you're downtown. I do like Steuben's. They have really good milkshakes. And they have a lot on their vegetarian menu, actually. I agree, Michelle. Berry cream cheese is God tier. I also have some blueberries. I asked if he could get me berries, and he said we actually already have raspberries, so that was exciting. Shout out to Ernesto. I'm going to toast my bagel. Hopefully I don't burn it. When Steuben's meet, that's a good idea. You know what sucks though? So back before the pandemic, Ernesto, thank you for taking care of my friend. Aw. Back before the pandemic, I feel like we used to always, just show up places for meets. I don't feel like there were as many of us. The Colorado Com has grown so much. Oh my gosh, like our first post-pandemic meetup was a swap meet at like a local park, and there were like 20 people there, and usually like the Colorado community, there's like probably like 5 to 7 of us at meetups, but now there's like a solid 15 almost at every meetup I've been to recently. So it's awesome, but it's also very challenging because you can't just like walk into a restaurant. Like Meredith and I had planned a Valentine's meet, and we wanted to get sushi, and there were literally like 20 people who showed up. Also, big fan of the traditional everything bagel with cream cheese and lox. I love that for you. I absolutely hate like the onions on everything bagel, so I can't do it. And I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat lox, but I love that for you. Jamie, could you put my burrito away? That was next to the berries. Um, I I can, but the container it's in is like disintegrating. Um, it's literally like melting, so I don't know. It's gonna need to go in a new container. Sorry. My local com folded, so the closest one is 2 hours or 3 hours away. That sucks so bad. Yeah, I am very fortunate. I actually live in the Denver area, so meetups aren't usually too far for me. But I was talking about Meredith and I were trying to host a Valentine's meet. We had like 20 people show up, we were gonna get sushi, and we literally got there and they're like, we cannot fit your grouping. Like, not all of you will fit. So we had to literally just figure out something else. We ended up going to Torchy's Tacos, which was really fun, and also the first time I tried Torchy's Tacos. So that was awesome because it started a small obsession. Let's see here. Same with Arizona Com. We have a lot of new folks and returning folks, but we split between 2 regions so it doesn't get too overwhelming. Here's that for you. Anyway, Ernesto came to get his burrito after all. He's like Bigfoot. Like you won't see him. My going away party. Yeah. So when Ray was leaving to move to Texas, we threw like a giant, this is actually a really fun story. We threw Ray a funeral. We all had to wear, you saw him in the microwave reflection. That's iconic. We threw Ray this big meetup, funeral themed. Everybody had to wear pink and black. And if they had the pink colorway of Holy Lantern, that was a requirement to wear. So I wore that. And we all wrote eulogies for Ray and we were crying. It was very cute and very fun, but we had planned to go to Cheesecake Factory and they were like, no, there's too many of you. You can all order to go orders and eat it in the mall. And we were like, we're not doing that. So we went to Bad Daddy's, which was very random for our com because I feel like the Cheesecake Factory has a chokehold on our community, honestly. Let's see here. Everybody's living for tacos. I love tacos. Ray's funeral was fun. Yeah, we refer to it as Ray's funeral all the time. And Ernesto remembers that day. Ernesto was there. I think that was like one of the first times he saw me wearing Lolita, like out in the world. And we were going into Target and he was like, are you sure you want to go in? And I was like, yeah, it's totally fine. He was like, okay, I just didn't know. And then he was like, it's so crazy. Like, I did not realize people actually like bother you that much. He had no idea. I was like, no, people really can get obnoxious when you're wearing Lolita. I've yet to see a Cheesecake Factory in the wild. Oh my gosh, where do you live? There's multiple Cheesecake Factories in Colorado, but maybe it's that we're just staking them out. Ray said 3+ hour wait otherwise. When they closed in 3 hours is what they quoted. Yeah, that was crazy. We're literally sitting outside of there like devastated. Like I was like, wow, I was looking forward to the fettuccine. I can't believe I can't get the peach drink I always get there, the Georgia peach, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I don't know anything about that area, to be honest with you. I'm kind of stupid when it comes to uh, East Coast stuff. I don't know anything about the East Coast. Let's see. LOL, that time we went to a dispensary in Lolita. I forgot about that. It was chill. That was like not memorable. Uninformed, babe. Yeah, I am uninformed. I know very little about the East Coast. I haven't been over there before. Everything I know about the East Coast is related to me wanting to go to med school there. So doing research on like the cost of living and like I wanted to go in like Massachusetts or something. 2 hours north of Baltimore and midway between Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Okay, that actually gives me a lot more context. Yeah, there's not much going on in Harrisburg. I only know about Maryland and Florida, so I have some gaps. I love that. The United States is huge, okay? And we're not taught about a lot of other like places. I don't know. Yeah, it really wasn't that eventful. You never know who's going to be respectful and who's going to bother you in public. It's very true. Pitt has a great med program. Yeah, the East Coast is really well known for a lot of their med schools, which was why I was because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get into to CU here, but then I decided I didn't want to go to med school at all, so I saved myself a lot of money and time and heartache. So here's my bagel, and I'm gonna eat a bite now. So sorry if you don't. Actually, I'll just mute it real quick because I have to eat a few bites. Okay. To clarify, it's not that I feel bad for eating. I just hate, eating I hate eating sounds, and I hate when I'm watching a stream and people are eating and I can hear it. Drives me up a wall, so that is why I'm apologizing for that. My infamous water cup, yes. So this water cup really is infamous because I always have a water cup with me everywhere I go. Literally yesterday, I was walking up to an event and I was holding a water cup with me and I was like, "Wow, I really always carry a Starbucks cup with me." Like, if there's anything I have with me, it's gonna be a Starbucks cup, like, and my phone. But my phone, sometimes debatable, but always the water. And then not only do I always have it with me, but I always leave it everywhere. Like, I cannot tell y'all how many times we've been at a meet and I'm like, "Where's my water? Has anybody seen my cup?" And it's like sitting like on a shelf, like at a bookstore we went to. Hi, Lena. Thank you for coming. No, I don't have misophonia. I just hate eating noises. I'm always looking out for Jamie's water cup when we're together. It's true. Meredith's like, "Don't forget your water. It's right over there." I'm like, "Thank you." Shout out. I have been on vacation from work for the last week and I left one of my water cups there. So, my favorite one. So that's a bummer. So we can do some tarot readings if y'all are down. I saw an indie brand on TikTok that came out with purses specifically. I have seen those and I have seriously considered getting one of them. I think my issue was that I hate spending money. I You wouldn't think that, but if it's like over $30, like I really go back and forth about it for months. And I was just like, I don't know. And I don't like love the purses. Like I really like a statement purse. I really like a conversation piece. And I guess it would be a conversation piece because it has a spot for water. But yeah, I don't know. I was going back and forth about it, but I did like that they were crossbody. I think it was $50 on their first Kickstarter. Yeah, I am the type of person who gets most of my stuff secondhand. So for me, like a good deal on a purse is like $10. Like if it's more than that, I'm really like, do I need it? For $50, you should love it. Exactly, exactly, Quinn. That is the vibe. If it's gonna be expensive, I need to love everything about it. Not that 50 is really expensive for purses. This is why I don't have a whole lot of like shoes in my wardrobe or like purses in my wardrobe. Like you will rarely see me in a fit with a purse because I don't have very many. Or the ones I have are like very not Lolita. Let's see. When we visited, I was jealous that you had a cabinet full of I really do have a cabinet full of Starbucks cups. I'm trying to cancel Starbucks right now in my life, but I have a problem with Starbucks cups. Like every time somebody comes over, I'm like, "Oh, you want a cup? It's Starbucks." Um, does anybody want a tarot reading? We literally have half an hour. I splurged to Usakumia because they're so stinking cute. I cannot tell you how many times I've been like, "Should I do it? Should I do it?" I want Boya Usakumia. I want Boya Usakumia so bad. Okay, Quinn wants a tarot reading. And I'm just going to tell y'all in advance, I am consulting a book. I've never had a tarot reading. Oh my gosh, Hillary, I can do one for you. Quinn, do you have a question? Also, here's the book I'm using. I highly recommend this book for anybody who wants to learn tarot because it is really good and it is available at Five Below. This cost me $5. Not sure if it froze for a sec for everyone or just me. I'm not sure, Ray. I think just you, Meredith said. I had a palm reading, but I also have never had a tarot reading. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Five Below is really good. I was surprised. It's by Tina Gong. And one of the things I love about it, so not only does it give you the upright reading and reversals, which not every book does, okay? Um, I like the breakdown of how it describes it. So you have the interpretation section, then you have the reflection section, and then the action section. So it gives you really detailed, or if you're just trying to like consult it real quick, they have just a couple words of what the cards mean. They also have like spread recommendations, and then they also give you like good, like very actionable pointers on how to read the decks, and I really like that. Five Below is owned by witches. I know they really do have a lot of witchy stuff. Like I went in there and there's like rose quartz, and I'm like, okay. Um, Hillary, if you wanted a reading, please let me know if you have a question or not. Sure. Okay, perfect. So yeah, let me know if you have a specific question or if you want to do just kind of like a general like what do I need to know? Or, you know, some people like to do like career readings, some people like to do love readings. Um, let's see. If you have a Second and Charles near you, they have tarot books. They tend to have good anime and manga sections secondhand. I love Second and Charles. The two, I think there's two here in Colorado, and they're very far away from me. But also, I can drop a lot of money in there. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm hesitant to spend $50 on a bag, but $50 on 25 different books, like, sign me up. I'll do it, you know? They also have CDs there, and I collect CDs, so love that. Yes, it is dangerous. It is dangerous. I remember the first time I went to Second and Charles, it was with my aunt, and she was like, um, "Hey, girls, so I'm gonna take you to Second and Charles, and I'm gonna give you each $10. Like that'll be like your Christmas present." I was like probably like 20 or 21 at the time, and I'm sitting there thinking $10, like I'm not gonna be able to get anything. You're giving me and my sister $10 each? Like what? And we go in there and it became very clear very quick that $10 is plenty to spend at Second and Charles. I'll always remember that. Oh no, my iPad is dying. Give me 1 second. Crap. Well, that is annoying. I'm gonna have to figure out how to see chat. It just kicked me off. That's so rude. The disrespect. Give me just a second, y'all. I love how you can just see my back. Okay. Oh, geez. Okay, whatever. It just completely kicked me off. Let's see if I can do this on my phone. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm just gonna need Ray to like highlight most comments. Um, sorry about that. I will ask about my career, if I should keep working up where I am or seek work elsewhere. All right. So we'll do a couple oh, one of them just jumped out immediately. Three of Wands. So I got the Three of Wands for you. This is what it looks like. I love this deck. This is the Shadowscapes Tarot deck. But the Three of Wands, you see a person at the end of a road, kind of looking out, kind of making a plan, figuring out, you know, what they're gonna do. And that's definitely what this card represents. I think basically what this card is saying is no matter what you do, you need to make a plan and really like consider what your pros and cons are. Let me look in the book, but This card is all about planning out your future, making, setting the groundwork, making sure that what you do with a lot of thought and intent. Let's see. Three of Wands. It's expansion, progress, momentum, long-term view, stable foundation. First steps have been taken to execute plans and pursue dreams. Momentum is great. Tasks are being completed, each one taking the fool closer to his vision. He develops a strong foundation and confidence grows. His vision expands too. So I think this is saying that you should seek work elsewhere. You're in an expanding period of your life. You're going to be learning and growing, but with that comes the imperative to, grow who you are as a person, like move forward with your life, like not necessarily up, but looking long term. Like, where do you want to be long term? Where do you see yourself? So hopefully that is helpful. I feel very thrown off by the fact that I got kicked out of StreamYard. Like, what? I'm gonna try because I really miss seeing chat. It's like extremely disappointing. It like literally completely logged me out. I wonder if somebody else logged in. That's very weird. Let's see. I love that tarot set. Thank you so much. You can get it at Barnes and Noble or any other place that sells tarot cards. It's the Shadowscapes tarot deck. It's very beautiful. I love watercolor, so the cards are very watercolor-y. The 10 of Cups, they're literally gorgeous cards, and I really identify with the artwork a lot. I have it. It gives the most lovely readings too. It really does. That's one of the reasons I like it. What is it called?
Jamie, can you hear me?
Yes.
I sent you the link on Facebook if you have your Facebook on your iPad, so you can just join that way instead of trying to access it from StreamYard itself.
The thing is, I can't see the comments that way on my iPad.
Oh.
Yeah, it won't let me see the comments at all. It won't let me on my phone either.
Oh.
Unless they're highlighted. I think it's because it's like not on a computer.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it that way.
Fair enough.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Ray. I love you.
I love you.
Okay. I'm almost there again. I think it kicked me off because my thing is dying. Okay, if you all see me twice, I apologize in advance. But I'm gonna try not to do that. Perfect. I'm taking myself off. There we go. We stand our calm, rosé foray, and good mods. Aw, thank you. I'm gonna move you. Let's see. I'm like, where is clean? Sorry if this makes you sick at all. You get to see my fridge. So welcome everybody to the other side of my kitchen. There we go. We figured it out. All right, let's see here. Quinn was next, but if Meredith wants me to read her question first, it'll only take a few minutes. Let's see here. Question, Mary is cool. Okay. My question is kind of deep and not haha lol funny. How dare you? Let's see. I feel like I've been going through a big transformation with some pretty intense life circumstances. Very true. What should I know about this journey? Where should I focus my energy? Okay. So I always do a little knock-in. I've never read tarot in front of my sink, but here we are. Shout out to Quinn for being so sweet and letting everybody go before her. Quinn, you should queue up your question too. And I appreciate that you stand our calm, rose foray, and good mods. I do too. Let's see, Meredith, where should she focus her energy? And what's next? What should she know? Wow, okay, so we got the Fool. This card is calling you Fool. Just kidding. But the Fool card is really all about just kind of like embarking on a new journey, like kind of just being like a child, if that makes sense. Like you're just starting out. You have a lot of steps to take before you get to where you need to. We already know I'm a himbo. It's very true. Meredith is our local himbo. I'm actually very surprised I got the Fool. Why are you surprised? Yeah, I think this is just kind of encouraging you to have an open mind, kind of embrace any sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Like any sort of changes, or embrace flexibility, especially just like knowing you as a person. I know that you're not always super great with changes being made, and I think this is kind of encouraging you to like really open up to the idea of change and what can happen. When I think of the Fool, I think of the beginning of a journey, and I feel like I'm knees deep into it. That's true. That's very true. But I think that this is like a new section of the journey. And I feel like this is probably speaking more toward like, learning to be flexible, learning to be, I don't know. So maybe this means I need to open up to a new perspective. I think that's probably what this is saying, because, I know you and I are very similar. Meredith and I both like things the way we like things, and changes can be challenging for both of us. So I definitely see that coming through, if that makes sense. Let's read what the book has to say. Amen, says Quinn. I agree. I really struggle with change too. Potential, new beginnings, freedom, innocence, blank slate, optimism. The upright Fool is a representative of the infinite potential that we all have within us. She is the source of primal energy, innocent and free, a blank slate that later becomes molded as she undertakes the path of self-knowledge. She throws her heart into adventure without fear. The Fool can signal the start of a new path, one that is full of risks, but also great rewards. Yeah, it's true. Change is jarring for me unless I have control over it. I think that definitely is kind of what this is saying to you. Be curious, explore new territories, and let go of expectations. I'm a cardinal sign, so I love change if I'm the instigator, but when outside circumstances change my life in a way out of my control, I can spiral. I feel you. I am the same way. It's challenging to deal with change. I think there's like two types of people who need change all the time and they struggle to be still, and then there's the people who want to stay in their little rut and be still and just kind of keep churning the way that they want things. And yeah, aw, I understand that, being scared to confront your own cards, like hardcore. That's me. I'm like, I already know what you're gonna tell me, like it's fine. um Let's see. Quinn, tell me what your question is. Oh, earlier I was saying my friend has there's a tattoo tarot deck. Um, you're the one that doesn't crave change. Same. But my friend has the tarot tattoo deck. That deck is so sassy. Every reading she does on it is just like, you know, let's see. I totally missed that. Thank you for pulling that out there, Ray. There's a definite theme. What does my career journey hold next for me, please? I'm excited to see what this has to say for you. Like, I always, especially for people I know, I always kind of have a guess. I'm like, well, this is what I think personally. But let's see what the cards say. Quinn has had a hell of a year, which is why I say that. Okay. What does Quinn's career journey? Ooh, the Page of Wands. Beautiful card, by the way. She is very aesthetic. Like the violin, the corset, like, ooh, love that. Wands is always a very speedy fast card. I'm not super familiar with the Page of Wands specifically. Let's see here. It's a cute card though. I love page cards. That's true. Page cards are known for being like messengers. They can also represent people. And Quinn, since you're Sagittarius, I feel like this card is representative of who you are right now. So the little words it has in the book are enthusiastic, energetic, adventurer, possibilities, and explorer. Which, oh, you're Capricorn. Duh. Why did I think you were Sagittarius? I'm tripping. I still think this represents you. Page of Wands is full of curiosity and excitement for life. Everything has potential. Each person, each thing, each opportunity is a chance to explore something new, to learn, and to find adventure. She doesn't have a plan or idea of where she is going, but the great unknown calls to her, and she's itching to get out there. She must follow the poles toward her new heights. So I feel like this is like the exact opposite advice that Hillary just had. Like, don't plan for anything, just kind of go with the flow, take things as they come. New opportunities might be popping up to you, and just, be open to getting that experience or taking a chance, learning something new. And it might, I get this sense of urgency with this too. Like, things might come up, you might have to make decisions about it pretty quickly. Experiment, yeah, that's the action says experiment. This is the time to try out new ideas and say yes. When opportunities or chances come your way, take them. And I think this is especially important given like all of the stuff that you've been going through this last year. Like, you should definitely take this opportunity to say yes to things that you probably weren't able to say yes to previously. I have this real big sense of urgency. I wonder if you're going to get like some sort of job opportunity. I don't know. I'm excited though. It sounds fun. Does anybody else have any questions? Of course. And just random plugs. I meant to do this at the beginning. This Rosé Cafe event, we are trying to raise money for our IRL event, which will be happening in September 2024. You'll want to keep your eyes peeled for little teasers and announcements during this event for our in real life event. Let's see. There's definitely time for another question, Michelle. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we are officially Twitch partners. So we have custom emotes. If you want to subscribe to our Twitch channel, you can use our custom emotes, or if you want to gift a sub to somebody else, that's really kind as well. We have the custom emotes are our various mascots. We have Lucine from Fantasy Foray. We have Rosie and Jackie, who are the official Rosé Foray mascots. And then we have Bunday and Strawberry, who are the Rosé Cafe mascots. We do miss Mota-chan, who is our weed mascot, which we can't add because they are against terms of service. So let's see. Oh my gosh, Elia is like doing all of the emotes. Shout out. Thank you for subbing. Should I push harder for a job that will use my newly obtained degree, or should I stay put at my current job that's more stable? Oh, we're affiliates, not partners, by the way. I don't know Twitch things. Thank you, Ray. Let's see. Should I use my newly obtained degree or stay put at a job that's more stable? I am excited to see what this has to say. Shout out to Ray for knowing everything about Twitch for us. We appreciate you, Ray, and we miss you. Okay. Let's see here. Really, the top card is calling out to me. Ooh, the Knight of Cups. This is what your card looks like. Michelle, I feel like this card is like very you. I don't know why, it just seems on brand. Well, for once, I'm not the one asking the career question. That's very true. Usually it's always Meredith And the cards are always like, stop asking about your career and take a break for once. Like every reading I've done for her. So let's see. I'm not super familiar with the Knight of Cups in particular, but I do know it's very much about emotions because it's a cup card. And the Knight is very much like actionable energy. Oh, this is like, so the Cups cards are very like love related. Okay, this is the Knight of Cups is romantic, sophisticated, and creative. He wants nothing more than to enjoy life's pleasures and make others happy. He is an appreciator of beauty in all forms, so he is often immaculately dressed, refined, and fashionable. This literally sounds like Michelle. He is open about his vulnerabilities, but often moody. He dislikes conflict. What are these? What is your degree in? And what job are you doing now? You don't need to give like super specifics if you don't want to, but I feel like that will help me. Like if there's a job that's kind of more art focused, I feel like this is saying it literally is you. It sounds just like you. But the action cards are like appreciate beauty, keep it light. What was the other one? It literally is you. Um, Appreciate beauty. Open your eyes to what captivates you now, not necessarily aesthetics, but inner beauty. Explore what you find beautiful, poetic, or lyrical. Dress to impress. You already do that. You got that one down. And keep it light. Try to avoid your darker emotions and bring in that Knight of Cups charm to your social interactions. Well, your degrees in digital media arts and you currently work in trucking. I feel like card speaks for itself. You got to do the digital media. You have to embrace your creative side. And the thing about the Knight of Cups, especially upright, is a very positive card. This is a good sign, you know. Stability is very important. 100%, I get it. But taking chances and risks is also important. And you'll never learn if you don't take a chance. And digital media arts is, you know, really important. So I think you should use your degree. I think that's what this card is telling you. This is who you are as a person, you know. You're like this creative, artistic, like beautifully dressed, like every your color coordination, you know, like this is where your heart is, you know. This is what makes you sing. This is good to hear. I agree with Jamie. The world is already on fire anyway. It's very true. You got this. It's true. You got this. You should go for it full force. And like I feel like the other thing about the Knight of Cups is like, you know, don't half-ass it. Like put yourself into this, you know? Like the Knight of Cups uses like everything in his power, you know, to do what he needs to do. And I love that for you. Does anybody I could do a reading for myself unless somebody else wants a reading. Um if you want to donate any money for the readings you got, you can donate it to Rose Foray for our event. Prepare savings cushion and be ready to do what feels right. I 100% agree with this suggestion from Quinn. I think having a little savings cushion, you know, taking some time, planning it out, and then jumping in, I think that's a good idea. I love it. I'm going to get my coffee and bagel real quick. Let's see. I'm going to do a reading for myself. I usually do this on stream and then I get like embarrassed. Oh, what should I do with my parents for Nari? No, that's not too vague. I know the sitch. Bunday and strawberry stickers are coming in like the next 30 minutes. Yes, if you love Bunday and strawberry, you can buy stickers of them. And shout out to Liz, our content creation queen. She does all of our art and literally looks amazing. Okay. Nari, I'm gonna do one for me and then I'll do yours. What do I need to know? Justice. Ooh, this card is really pretty too. I love the butterflies. This is very cryptic. I don't know what this means right now. It's always harder for me to read for myself than other people. Upright, justice can always be depended upon to uphold the values of fairness, truth, and honesty. Her third eye gives the omniscient vision to see all actions and intentions and judge them with impartiality and openness. She is representative of the law of cause and effect, which decrees all actions have their subsequent reactions and at times consequences. Get an outsider's perspective. Sometimes we are too close to the situation to be impartial or fair. Find facts, let truth be your guide, and make amends. Now is the time to open up to your past mistakes. Whoops. Elia, yes, actually, we will be releasing a sticker package with all of them, and then we do currently have Rosie and Jackie stickers. That's the rose and the bunny, or it's not a bunny, it's a jackalope, which is the Colorado cryptid. And those, there are stickers of those. They're girlfriends. So shout out to Rosie and Jackie. They were our first mascots. And then Mota-chan will be included in that as well. As for my reading, I feel like this justice card is, I feel like this is job related. And, I recently got a job as a supervisor for a team of medical assistants, and I feel like this is really talking to, some of the conflict within my team, and, just kind of reminding me to, reflect back to that impartial side of myself. I love that her name is Jackie and she's a jackalope. I do too. We love her. Technically, it's Wyoming, but we're better. Is it Wyoming? I thought it was Colorado. I'm getting everything wrong today, I swear. But yeah, that's what I feel like the justice card is about. Because, it's challenging being a supervisor. It definitely is. Yeah, Wyoming doesn't exist. Okay, I'm going to do Nari's reading next. Let's see. You're doing great, Sweaty. Thank you. Wyoming is its own cryptid. Confirmed. Whenever I go to Cheyenne, it's so empty. I didn't know you regularly go there. I've never been to Wyoming, even though it's very close drive from Greeley, which I am there somewhat frequently. Okay. What should Nari do about her parents? I think I already know what kind of message this is going to give. Okay, we got the Six of Wands. Okay. The only cool part they have is Yellowstone. It's true. Let's see here. Six of Wands. I'm totally blanking on this one. Victory, triumph, recognition, success, and public praise. By rising above conflict, the Fool has gained the recognition of his peers. He has reached yet another important milestone in his long-term plans, and this has attracted the attention of others. Praise can come in the form of a prestigious award or simple pat on the back. He is proud of his achievements, knowing that admiration is the result of hard work. Yellowstone is definitely a cryptid. Love it. So the action, it says, revel in your success. Enjoy the praise and recognition you're getting. Share your happiness and gratitude with those who have helped. You deserve it. Get ready for the next step. Once the celebrations are over, don't bask too long in the light of your achievements. It's not the time to let your guard down, but instead prepare for what comes next. Set an example. Whether you like it or not, others may be looking to you now as a guide. Find ways to be a positive influence and consider what qualities you want to show. So I feel like this is really, obviously, I vibe with parts of this, but I, just knowing what I know about what's going on with your parents, I think that one of the things this card is encouraging you to do is to focus on the positive and try not to feed into the conflict that is happening right now. And also to value the strides you've made toward your own personal growth. I think the next steps part is really about, your plans moving forward, getting your own place. And I think that in general, this card is really saying, like, try to stay positive and focus on what you can control, and celebrate what you have done for yourself. I know that you're very hard on yourself, and I don't think it's always deserved. I think you are extremely hardworking and smart, and you should really celebrate all that you've done. Truly, everyone here, this event would not have happened without Nari. Nari is like literally like one of the backbones of Rose Foray. She posts all of our social media content. For the last two events, she's kept us all on track, reminding us when to do things. Like that's totally like the job I'm supposed to have. But Nari has been, of course, Nari. She's been working her butt off, and she does that in every part of her life. She is just an amazing and smart, intelligent person who is an absolute pleasure to be around. And I love Nari, and I think that's what this card is saying. I think the wind in Wyoming is its monster driving. I-80 gets scary, and those, oh my God, I literally hate driving on a highway when it's windy. It scares me. I get paranoid that my wheel's gonna come off. Nari, focus on yourself. Exactly. Cheers, Nari. Exactly. Nari is amazing. We love Nari. Nari was like the baby of our comm at one point. She like started coming to meetups when she was like 15, and that's around the time I met her, and just like seeing her grow and blossom into a person. I'm not that much older than Nari, but like, when you're in your teens, just a couple years makes a big difference. But aw, look at you crying. We love you, Nari. I'm getting close to being done here. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Just want to tell me something funny? I can't wait to eat. Oh, I forgot. I have this Oracle deck too. I made a big change yesterday, and I'm wondering if I made the right choice on my path. Okay, Reesekins. Of course, I had to switch into mod view. I think I blocked the person. Oh, did something happen? I didn't see it. All right, let's see. Reesekins. Did you make the right choice? They were leaving awful messages. Yikes. I didn't even see it. Love that for me. Okay. Queen of Swords reversed. This is the first reverse card we've got. Whoops. Sorry, y'all. Let's see here. I gotta look this one up reverse. It's this one. I think this is the one that's on the cover. It's so pretty. What was that? Queen of Swords reverse? I literally opened up to the exact correct page and then closed it. Big oof. Thank you for moderating, Nari. All right. So this says critical, pessimist, bitter, grudges, cruel, cold. Reverse, the queen's intelligence is used as a weapon for bitterness. She may have been severely hurt in youth and is consumed by revenge, punishment, or hatred. Although her negativity is directed outward, it is likely because she feels empty within. She may be excessively critical, never satisfied, draining, and toxic. Unwittingly, she causes the same suffering to others that she herself felt. So I personally think that this card is saying that you need to tap into what made you make this decision in the first place. And I feel like you're being too critical of the choice you made. Like the choice you made has been made already. And whether it's the right one or not, it's the path you're on now. And I feel like being harshly critical is not going to serve you, and it's going to bring you down. So what you should do is just embody that that's the choice you made, embody the new changes coming, and focus on what can be positive about this change instead of worrying about if it was right or not. Hopefully that makes sense. Thank you for the fun and coffee inspiration. Thank you. This was a very random panel, so thank you all for joining for my way too long time slot that I chose. Of course, I hope it was helpful. Thank you all. And thank you for being here. Our next panel is going to be Lolita scrapbooking. That's with Paris Castles. I'm really, really excited to see that panel. It's going to be awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you all. Thank you for joining. And don't forget, we have a vendor scavenger hunt where you can potentially win a prize. And later today, we will be streaming our fashion walk, as well as a ton of other panels, which I'm super excited for. Some of the panelists are in this chat as we speak. So thank you all so much for being here, and we will see you throughout the rest of the event. Bye.